Let me see your identification.
What did you say? I'll tighten those restraints. Scavenger scum.
We don't need to see his identification.
I will remove these restraints and leave the cell with the door open.
My lord.
Hello, everyone.
Wow.
And welcome to the Sidebar Cantina, the podcast where we talk about Star Wars, pop culture, the Fool Spring, or whatever the fuck we feel like talking about.
Right?
I am Mr. Jason Roscom, with me here each and every single week. The Darth Vader to my Palpatine, Dave Martin. Hello, Dave.
Hello, Jason.
How are you?
I'm present.
That's
And
good.
I made it on time, almost.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we started on time, so
Yeah. That's a good thing.
yeah.
Do I have notes together and do I have everything set up? Maybe. But I'm here.
All right. Fair enough. You know what else pisses me off about The Last Jedi? When Luke dies from exhaustion or whatever at the end,
Mm-hmm.
and he fucking sees the twin sons of Tatooine.
Right.
And I'm sitting there thinking, like, why? Would he see Tatooine? He hated that fucking place. He hated it when he was there in Episode 4, and then in Return of the Jedi when they went back. What did he tell Han Solo? I used to live here, you know. Not like this is my home,
Right.
or anything like that. It's like I used to live here.
Right. And then Han says, "You're going to die here, you know."
Right. Which
Convenient.
yeah. But he didn't die there. He just saw
No.
the sons from there.
Right.
And again, I don't understand. Like, why is that so significant?
I don't know, because he wasn't born there either.
No, he wasn't born there.
Right. He was born on the moon.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
like the moon. Not a moon, the moon.
Right. I just, I don't know, man. Every time I think about wanting to give that movie another try, I can't. Shit like this always comes up in my mind, and I just,
It's funny you say that because yesterday I watched Empire. I rewatched Empire
mm-hmm.
and Return of the Jedi yesterday.
Nice.
And did I start watching? No, that was it. I finished Jedi. Did I go into? I might have started watching. I can't remember. Oh my god.
This was yesterday.
Yeah, this was yesterday. Yeah, this was yesterday.
The brain fog is real, folks.
Yes, it is. Yeah, but I haven't gotten to the point where I've recently, very recently watched The Force Awakens. If
Mhm.
it wasn't yesterday, it was within the past week.
Yeah.
And I can't get myself to like roll from that into The Last Jedi
Mm-hmm.
just because I don't want to be annoyed.
Yeah.
All right.
It was
I
such
mean,
it was such a turning point in Star Wars fandom too.
it's
like-
the Force Awakens was such a good fucking movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I think that's what I texted you after. It would have been a talking point last week if I hadn't canceled. But that's right. I definitely watched it then because I was going to talk about it last week. It was such a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
It had such a good thing going for it. And rewatching it last week, I was just I just was watching it with no expectations at all, just watching it. And right after I watched Return of the Jedi and then watched that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like I was just watching that. No, I watched part of the original trilogy and then went right into that.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, this is just, it was a good movie. Yeah. Did it have its parts? Sure. It had
Yeah.
a couple, but for the most part, it was like, oh man, it hits these marks
Yeah.
that I'm just like, man, it was a good movie.
Yep.
And then it wasn't. Then the sequel
Yeah.
had to happen. And then after that, what are you going to do? How do you repair that?
Yeah, and it was pretty much an impossible task. And the thing too was we were so jazzed up for Last Jedi too. Like we were hyped for it.
Right?
You know, it was the first year of the podcast. Everything was just, you know,
Yeah.
the anticipation was at its peak. We were hearing all this stuff about, there's they're saying that it's so good and it's as good as Empire, and we're like, fuck, this is gonna be great. And then it wasn't.
It wasn't. Yeah, we were really like the things that we were thinking, like, oh man, this is what it could be. This is where they're gonna go with this. And then the trailers are coming out, like, oh my god, this is gonna be this and this. And then none of that. None of those things. None of it.
But
We're gonna have to watch it.
yeah,
At some point, we're gonna have to watch it.
Yeah, well, Force Awakens has its 10-year anniversary this year, so we'll definitely have to dive into that
Again,
later
yes,
in the year.
Absolutely.
And we'll figure out some way to work Last Jedi in there. But anyway, that's a long way of saying, what are we talking about today?
Did you do the thing with the thing? Hang on. All right. No, so you did the...
Fuck, we're not recording, are we?
No, we're not.
Shit.
Now we are.
All right.
So we're recording now.
Excellent, excellent. So for all of our audio listeners, you missed the intro because we forgot to
That's fine.
Push a button.
We'll fix it in post. Or not.
right.
But at least you remembered now.
Yes.
Where is this when it happens in the movie?
Well, yeah, because I happened to glance over when you were pressing the soundboard, and I'm
Right.
like, uh-oh.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. They didn't miss anything.
Yeah.
They missed the soft open. This will be the hard open.
Yeah, Will.
Yeah.
My penis is smooth.
So there was this cartoon that had come out called Rebuild the Galaxy.
Yes.
And I saw a preview for it. It was like a targeted ad on Instagram, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw that Mark Hamill was doing a voice on it.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy shit, man! This looks like it's going to be really good. And then I like looked at Disney, and it's like, oh, coming out in September. I'm like, wait a minute, that was last September. So apparently this thing had been out for a minute.
Yeah.
And I was just discovering it. So it's a thing, and there's 4 episodes, and we're going to cover all 4 episodes tonight.
Are we? I thought we were only doing the first 2.
You live in a house of lies.
That's all I prepared for.
Oh, you son of a bitch. All right, well, then when we were doing the first 2.
I'm pretty sure we discussed that.
Did we?
Yeah.
Well, I'm prepared to do all of them regardless.
Okay, well, we're just going to do the first 2 because that's all I've seen.
He's only seen the first 2, which is fine. Everything's fine here. How are you?
I'm confused now.
Oh, I think Lunar Girl, when she posted an advert for it, she said she might have said 4 episodes.
Oh, so we're shifting all the blame to you, Kelly.
No. Because I probably said something like that. I'm sure it's my fault. Honestly, I know it's my fault. But regardless, rather have Dave over-prepared than under-prepared.
Certainly.
So we're going to talk about the first 2 episodes
Right.
of Rebuild the Galaxy.
Yes.
And yeah, we're going to do that.
All right.
Star Wars.
Yes. Fuck yeah.
That's it.
So, all right, let's get into our usual.
Well, you haven't
Stuff.
talked about Patreon yet.
Right. So let's get into Patreon.
You should do that.
All right, I will do that.
Why did you intro pause? What is that?
No, you don't have to worry about that.
Oh,
It's already done.
okay.
Anyway, we'd like to give a huge shout out to all of our current patrons: Frank Kalevich, Don Solsky, Helen Martin, Shotgun Mark, Nick from Sweet Studios, Scott and Kim from Used and Abused, Catherine Rennick, Tina Land, Wally Frogmore, my wonderful mother-in-law Patricia Goodstein, Lord Helmet Fire, The Orange and Fett Show, Carly Vickers, David Schmuck, Chantal from Pop My Culture, Kristen Roscom, Sterling Azier, Dragon Buddy, Frederick Martin, and Nicholas Schaefer.
37. My girlfriend sucked 37 dicks.
In a row?
If you'd like to consider becoming a porter, you can find us at patreon.com/the Sidebar Cantina.
We're also a porter.
Yeah. Thank you again to all of our listeners and supporters. You are the reason why we do this. And over to Dave for some Sidebar headlines.
Got the notes right here. Wait a minute.
What?
It seems like the same notes, but it's the date's updated.
I don't know.
Am I having a stroke?
It's possible.
It is entirely possible. Like, yeah, show all activity.
We're doing this live, folks.
I don't know what's going on.
Dave's
I have
trying
no idea what's going on.
to figure out his iPad.
All right, well, guess what? To whoever sidebar headlines, to whoever needs to hear this, every day may not be good, but there is something good in every day. Carry on.
Okay.
That's it. There you go.
All right. Words of wisdom. Nice. So,
Is that right, Luna Girl? Yeah, you changed everything, didn't you? Like, I feel like I read that already. Didn't I read that already?
that did sound familiar, yeah.
Right?
hmm
That prophetic like thing. I was like, and then we talked about how good those words were, and then I like wrote them down somewhere else.
Right.
So it says that the notes today's March 3rd, correct?
According to my computer, yes.
Yes. So it's March 3rd. It says March 3rd at 15:52.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
All right. Are we?
I just want to check one thing.
God.
Just. Nope. All right. I'm having a stroke. That's fine. It's fine. Everyone's fine.
How are you?
I'm not good. I'm not.
So anyway, as I was trying to say, we got a huge dump of Star Wars news last week.
Yeah, buddy.
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
So we're going to talk a little
Huge
bit about some
dump.
of them.
Giant cornfield. Oh wait, no, we're talking about two different things.
Yeah. So first of all, Revenge of the Sith is getting its 20-year re-release.
Yes.
And
My penis so smooth.
37.
94.
so yeah, it's 20th anniversary. They're going to re-release it in theaters for a week at the end of April. And they're doing like special theaters also, like they're doing the 4DX.
So has it gone for sale yet, though?
No, I was just checking this morning and nothing is still on sale. Most people are thinking they're probably not going to go on sale until the first week of April. So,
But first week of April for the April showing?
yeah, but it's the end of April. It's like April 24th or 26th or some shit.
God, in this day and age, you would think. I feel like that's almost too close.
Right.
You know, who makes plans like that anymore?
Yeah.
Like, we want to have something definitive here.
No, I agree. But,
These motherfuckers.
yep. So I have no idea if they're going to do it in IMAX or not. But either way, we're going to have to get into some of these showings.
God, Revenge of the Sith and 4DX. Do you think we'll smell Anakin burning?
Maybe. Well, I'm more thinking that opening scene where they're flying through the
Oh,
battle
my God.
with the seats that move and everything. That's got to be awesome.
I feel like I'm going to need to see it twice
Yeah.
because I want to see it. The 4DX experience would be cool,
Mm,
but I also just want to see it.
like that classic theater experience. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be buying lots of tickets, I'm sure.
Yeah. I feel like that's going to be happening.
Yeah, but it's it's going to be great. Good times.
I'm excited. That'll be cool. I'm looking forward to it. And I'm you know what? It's going to fucking sell out. It's going to sell out. All these prequel kids, they're going
Yeah.
to want to get into the theater and see it. I'm telling you.
Well, trust me, I'll be keeping an eye out for tickets going on sale and everything.
I count on your expertise in this matter.
Yeah, I've got coworkers who are also looking, so I'll know when they go on sale. Yeah, so there's that. We got some big quote unquote news, quote unquote rumors, whatever you want to call it, about Kathleen Kennedy.
Right.
So, there's been speculation for quite a while as to when she was going to step down from Lucasfilm because her last contract ended, I think this last fall, and she's just been kind of on an extension. And then some news broke that she's actually preparing to retire as the head of Lucasfilm. And, it's one of those things you never believe it until
Right.
you hear it from the horse's mouth.
Right. Has she neighed yet?
So she actually did an interview later last week in response to all of this, and she said she's not retiring because she said she's going to make movies until the day she dies. So I'm like, okay, cool. But at the same time, her and Iger are still looking for her successor, and they're narrowing down their search, and they intend for that to happen before the end of this calendar year.
Okay.
So,
all right.
So she's not retiring necessarily, but she is, moving on as the head of Lucasfilm before the
Okay.
end of the year.
All right.
So, and obviously all of the normal names have been thrown out there: Dave Filoni, Jon
Right.
Favreau. My hope would be Favreau, because I think Filoni would much rather just be the head of creative and not have to deal with all of the nonsense that comes with running a major movie studio.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see Favreau being that guy.
Yeah, because he's been involved in making movies for a long time now.
Long time.
Yeah, whereas, again, Dave Filoni would be best as the creative component of all of this, which he is right now. Like, they gave him that role as the head of creative.
Right. So it's not a stretch.
Right. Just give him all the reins. Let him do everything.
Hang on, I'm adding something to the notes here.
Okay. But yeah, regardless, Kathleen Kennedy, though she claims she's never going to stop making movies, she is going to stop being the head of Lucasfilm at some point this calendar year, which is good. Who the successor is going to be? I can't talk. I can't talk today.
I'm with you.
Yeah. But yeah, whoever it's going to be, who the hell knows, but I'm sure that they're looking to right the ship, so to speak, after these last couple of ratings failures with the last two streaming shows and the fact that they can't seem to get another fucking movie made to save their lives because they keep firing writers and creative differences with directors and just so much shit that's happening. Which, how long has it been? It's been 6 years almost since we got a new Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
The Rise of Skywalker was the last one, and we haven't gotten shit since. We went through the whole pandemic, and now we're 3 years on the other side.
Yeah, you can't use the pandemic as the excuse now.
Right.
Like, yeah, you managed to do shit in between there. You've made full use of the fucking Mandalorian concept with the round and all the other stuff.
Yeah.
And you've done Andor. So we know you can create content.
Mm-hmm.
Just fucking give us something on the big screen.
Yeah.
I know, unless they're just letting these series of anniversary shows go through
Right.
to kind of keep our whistle wetted.
Yeah, which
as
is
it were.
fine. I mean, they can keep re-releasing, the original movies as much as they want. People are going to buy tickets and are going to go see them.
Right.
So,
I mean, we will. I mean, obviously,
oh, of course.
because that's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
But, and I'm sure everyone else is.
Yeah, all the hardcore Star Wars fans will. They'd make money every time they re-release one of these things. They would make money off of it.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's that. But speaking of live action movies, during this interview, she had mentioned that Mandalorian and Grogu is still the next movie slated to go in 2026. And I guess the next one, allegedly, that's coming after that is the Sean Levy Star Wars movie.
Do I know who that is?
He's the guy who made Deadpool and Wolverine.
Which I still haven't seen.
No, but it's fucking awesome.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Is that on Disney?
I think it is, yeah.
Okay.
Pretty sure it is. Yeah, definitely worth a watch.
All right.
So yeah, that came out of her conversation. But there's so many fucking movies that they haven't, that they're working on that they're never going to see the light of fucking day if things keep going the way they have up to this point.
Shit or get off the pot. I mean, just do it already.
Yeah. And
There's been some really, really good, I just fan movies that, if you go through your YouTube logarithm and, you'll get some of these fan generated movies that have the, like almost the same animation as the Bad Batch, you know, they're clones in movies that are doing shit. Like, what's the most recent one I just saw? It was like, was it Battalion like 212 or some shit like that?
Mm-hmm.
But it was like this. It was a short, but the cinematography of it was amazing. For, you know, obviously it's animation, but
Yeah.
you would never know it's not Disney doing it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Get out there and fucking do it. Just
Yeah. Have you seen? I'm sure you've seen a lot of the YouTube videos that are guys doing their own lightsaber choreography and everything.
oh yeah,
And the shit's fucking great. It's like there's so many resources out there. Just tap into some of them and get a fucking movie done.
sidebar. So I'm watching Return of the Jedi,
Mm.
and it's the Vader and Luke fighting.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Which part? Before he talks about Leia or after?
before and after.
Okay.
Like we know that there's limitations with Vader in the suit, right?
Sure.
But there was definitely some weird, like, if you really like just watch the hands of Luke, especially
Mm-hmm.
as he's like, doesn't really seem like it's very well coordinated at all.
Really?
Pre the Leia outburst. Then after the Leia outburst, it's just him fucking throwing haymakers, like,
Yeah.
just like, "Ah!" It's like
Yeah.
everywhere, just fucking shit's the lightsabers bouncing off of shit, not even hitting anything.
Yeah, and I love how Vader is immediately on the defensive.
Right.
Like he never gets his footing again after that. Like
Yeah.
Luke just straight up just fucking retard tackles him, just like ah.
It's that when Vader turns his head like this, and Luke comes out of the shadows, and then if you're just watching it for the lightsaber battle itself,
Mm.
just watch Luke's lightsaber just get flailing around. I'm just like, I remember this being more coordinated, and maybe it's because I was like on top of it watching it
Right.
this time. I don't know. It was just funny.
Huh.
Because I did the same thing because I watched, I watched A New Hope recently also,
Mm.
and there's all the criticism about how, that original lightsaber battle and wasn't that great, but
Yeah, but
for what they had to do with the reflective materials and again, the restrictive nature of the fucking suit and
the old guy.
the old guy who actually had saber training,
Mm-hmm.
like an actual saber, as opposed to this fucking cardboard tube
Right.
that we would be fighting with as children. Anyway, it's just really makes you appreciate what we got in the prequels
Oh yeah. Yeah.
that much more.
Yeah, they cranked up the fucking saber battles in that one. But I mean, again, I don't fault the original trilogy for their lack of said lightsaber battles because it's all in context of, where these characters were in their lives and in the movie.
Yeah,
Like Luke on the Death Star, he didn't have that much training, barely any fucking lightsaber training.
right.
So
Yeah, training in general, but yeah, lightsaber specifically.
yeah. Unless we didn't see the scene where Yoda popped out his lightsaber and they fucking dueled for a while.
Fucking Yoda. Yoda, the baddest of bad guys.
Yep. So anyway, moving on from the Kathleen Kennedy thing into some more news. Well, do you want to talk about Reign of the Empire?
Yeah, so I was looking for a new audiobook,
Mm-hmm.
and on my recommended stream of books, it had this Reign of the Empire book.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's weird. I don't remember that title. It didn't jump out at me. And I thought maybe it was a young adult novel or whatever.
Right.
So I looked, and it's this Reign of the Empire, Mask of Fear. It got released February 25th, and apparently it's part of a trilogy,
Right.
and it's, I guess, to coincide with the Andor,
Mhm.
because it's Mon Mothma, Bail Antilles, not Bail Organa, and Saw Gerrera
Okay.
are the three characters it focuses on.
Mm-hmm.
So it's that, like, the early stages of the rebellion.
Right.
with these three protagonists, and I just started it, like just on the car ride down here,
Mm-hmm.
like literally as I was like, in the drive-through to get my Diet Cokes to be on the way down here. I'm like, oh look, here it is.
Mhm.
So I started. So I'm in like chapter 4. So I can't give you any kind of verdict on if it's going to be any good or not. But with the trilogy of books supposed to come out, and with Andor coming, it'll be interesting to see like if it gives us any good I don't know, any good cannon fodder,
Sure.
for lack of a better term.
Yeah, that's something we could cover in like 2 or 3 weeks from now as we're leading
Yeah.
into Andor.
Yeah, when does Andor come out?
It's like April 22nd, I want to say.
God, it feels like that shit's coming so goddamn fast.
Yeah, this whole fucking year is just zooming by.
I had an air show meeting today. Oh my god. That shit's like, oh, you think, it's in May.
Ah, sorry. Were you done?
Yeah, it's just it's the time is speeding by.
Yeah, Bronco Fett gives his seal of approval to Reign of the Empire.
Have you finished it already?
If he has, that's impressive because that's been less than a week, right?
Yeah. Well, Bronco Fett is a reader.
And that's good.
Um,
So yeah, did we talk about actually, do you have anything else about the Reign of the Empire?
I was hoping to see something with the releasing of the rest of the trilogy, but I don't see anything on Wikipedia. So I think, yeah, I would go ahead and download this and start it. That way, whenever you finish it, we can be
Yeah.
ready to talk about it. At least book 1 here.
Yep, I've got a shitload of Audible credits, so
Yeah.
I'll hop right on that. So we talked about the Sean Levy movie Andor. So first of all, we got the trailer for season 2,
Right.
which what did you think of that trailer? It was
I would have had to have seen it.
You haven't seen it?
I haven't seen it yet.
Well, we're going to have to do this shit live then.
I'll do it live.
Oh my god. How? I guess you've been busy.
Things have been happening.
All right, that's fine, I guess. I can't believe you didn't get around to watching that trailer.
I've been a little bit unplugged.
Okay, well, more power. Oh, shut up. Hopefully, we don't get any kind of copyright strike for this. This and this.
For watching the
and
trailer?
this. Yeah, well, because of the song that's attached. All right, keep the people entertained while I'm doing this.
Whoa, we're halfway there. Wow!
All right, I'm sharing the screen. Can you see it?
Barely.
All right,
Can we make it bigger?
that's what she said.
My penis is
All right,
smooth.
that's about it.
All right.
But you can make that screen bigger, I think.
Oh, can I?
Maybe.
Oh, you mean this part of it?
No, maybe not.
It's fine. I don't want to fuck it up.
All right. Hopefully the stuff is in sync. And yeah, we're just gonna watch the Andor season 2 trailer and get Dave's immediate reaction to it.
All right.
So you ready?
Yeah, do it.
We're in a war. You want to fight? Or you want to win? Last night I had a dream that the world had turned around. All our hopes had come to be. The revolution starts
There she
now.
What a swell party this is.
That's cool. He gets an appearance again.
Revolution starts now. Yeah, the revolution starts now.
party? Yeah. I don't know. It was Mon Mothma in there, so it's some rich thing. Yep. Cheryl Tharn is back, baby.
Remember this moment. You're here. You're right here, and you're ready to fight.
You know what? The longer we go, I don't mind Saw Gerrera that much, honestly. Like, especially with Andor, because we have Andor as the show. I don't mind the Saw Gerrera that we see in the movie.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's context is everything,
Sure.
right? And plus, we've read books and we've seen Saw Gerrera do other stuff.
He's been everywhere.
Yeah, so we've seen his character kind of develop before he gets becomes the lunatic that's the Gurgler, that guy. So I lied. I did watch it. I as we were watching, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. So yeah, I did watch it.
All right. Well, that's good.
Yeah, dude, it was. I just want to see it. Let's fucking go.
I know.
But I think you had mentioned it that it's being released in like this weird timeline.
Yeah. So this is the thing that really bothers me. And I know most of the people listening out there probably disagree with me, and that's fine. But they're releasing it over 4 weeks. It's 12 episodes.
Okay.
They're releasing it over 4 weeks. So what does that mean? That means they're releasing 3 episodes per week for the 4 weeks.
Yeah, that's
a lot. Like, I get it. Like, because the way they did it last season was most of the story arcs were over 3 episodes, right?
right.
So it was structured that way. And now they're just going to release it like this, probably in the same structure. Like the first 3 are one story, next 3 are another story, as part of the overarching story. But like, from my perspective, like, I can't watch 3 fucking episodes a week. And then especially like doing them for the podcast, we can't.
Yeah, that's a lot of TV time to try and get like an entire story arc into one episode.
Yeah, so we're probably not going to cover them the way that that they're being released. We can probably get away with doing 2 at a time.
Yeah,
but like all 3 every week, that's not going to happen.
Oh, and with any luck, if we do, like, hey, the first 2 will be, you have 2, and then you have like the tie off.
Mm-hmm.
Not what's the word I'm looking for? Like the not pinnacle
Finale.
It's no, not the finale. It's more like the there's a word for it I can't think of right now, but just the if it is the arc like you're talking about, 2 of the episodes will kind of like be the build up for the 3rd episode.
Yeah.
So that 3rd episode will probably warrant its own thing, and then we can lead into what the next 3 episodes are going to talk about, right? So it'll lend itself to fucking
sure. Just to our
breakup.
To our listeners, don't expect us to do to cover all 3 episodes the week after they get released.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, if it's good. I look, not to say that I enjoy being teased, but I'm not a huge fan of the whole fucking, the binge and purge fucking mentality of like some of these streaming services, like, oh, we're going to put everything out there for you all at one shot. And then I'm more of a, hey, we're going to put this out there and then we'll make you wait for it a little bit.
Sure.
Because it'll give you something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Because quite frankly, there's way too much in everyone's fucking life right now of on-demand fucking gratification.
Oh, yeah.
And just having a little bit to like, oh, hey, we have this to look forward to. I think that would do everyone a lot of good.
Mm-hmm.
So I am more than willing to like, oh, wow, I'm really looking forward to that. I will wait for it.
Yeah. I mean, that's the way I am. I'd much rather get just 1 episode a week, stretch it over a longer period of time. But
because they're controlling it, not me.
Right.
Now, not having no impulse control whatsoever, Like, if it's available to me, then I'm going to go ahead and fucking ruin it for myself.
Right.
You know, and I'm going to stay up too late, and I'm going to like not be, as awake for parts of it and miss things, and it's just give it one episode a week. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and do it. It's not like you have this just amazing amount of fucking Star Wars content that you're pushing out that you're just like, oh well, we need to get this out of the way to make room for this.
Right.
Guess what? You don't.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't need to get this out of the way so Bad Batch Season 4 can start
Right.
immediately after.
Right.
Because there's nothing in the can right now.
Isn't
mean-
there another Bad Batch? What are we? Oh no, we were talking about there's a book or something, right? Is there a
Yeah.
Bad Batch book coming out?
Yeah. And then I know they're doing another Star Wars Visions series this summer. But, I mean, ultimately, like for the live action stuff, Andor is it for a while.
Yeah.
The next one is Ahsoka Season 2, which I think they're only just now starting to film.
And I'm not holding my breath for that.
Yeah. So could be a while. But anyway, yeah, I was not a fan of that announcement, but what the fuck you gonna do, right?
I don't know.
You distracted by something?
I saw Dune and then I saw D&D and I'm like, what are they? Wait a minute, what are they talking about?
Oh, probably that director, the Sean Levy guy who's doing the next movie after Mandalorian and Grogu. I guess he's directing an episode of this new Dungeons and Dragons series that's coming out.
Ah. Aha. I see. Oh, that's why I can't go to Philly Fan Expo.
Why not?
It's the same weekend as the fucking air show.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, that sucks.
It does suck.
Yeah. Though we don't know who's going to be there yet. But still, sucks you won't even be able to have the option to go.
Yeah, because I don't know. I'm going to be there from like 6 in the morning till probably dark.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, that blows.
Sad face.
I'll
Oh,
send you lots of pictures.
We'll figure it out. Get to say hi to Brady and everyone for me.
Yeah.
Maybe they can come to the air show.
Oh, Helmet Fire mentioned the Dune Memorpig. Yes, I am very interested in playing that. I know there's a demo out, but I haven't tried it yet.
Did you say Mighty Morphin Power Rangers?
No. Wait, where did it go? Memorgp.
I swear, I thought you were getting. I thought you said Mighty Morphin.
No.
All right. Again, we established earlier that I had some sort of stroke.
Yeah. So anyway, any last thoughts on any of this news that came out last week? Trailer?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
Well, then why don't we get into our weeks then?
Let's do it.
All right. So for me, it's all
do it.
it's all about the Disney spoils. I don't know if you want to show off any of the sabers
No,
behind you. Okay.
do not.
But I do have a couple of other things to show, because when we did the episode last time where we talked about my Disney trip,
Right.
my package hadn't come in yet to
My
with all
penis is so smooth.
with all my stuff in it.
He said package.
So the first thing I have,
The sacred Jedi.
Obviously.
My penis. My penis. My penis is so smooth. My penis. My penis. My penis is so smooth.
so they have new style of droids in the droid building shop. They call them A-unit droids, but they have a very similar look to the BT from Andor, with these tank track like legs.
Oh wow, look at them.
And this is AS-37.
37. My girlfriend sucked 37 dicks.
In a row?
You want to take a peek-see? Yeah, so he's got like the tank track legs as opposed to the normal
that's
astromech
cool.
legs. So all I have to do now is I'm short one type of droid, and that's a BB unit.
Where's his button? Oh, here. Do you have his remote out already?
Yeah. So think his batteries are low.
That's don't mouth off to me, bitch. Oh yeah? Yeah?
Dave's talking to a droid.
Mm-hmm. There's his head. It's a mouthy bitch.
Yeah. So, new addition to the studio. I don't know where the hell I'm going to put him or his brother. But we'll see.
So, watching Return of the Jedi, I don't know if you noticed, again, watching these movies for the, I don't know, the 550th time,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm looking at the matte painting for when the Emperor arrives
Oh, yeah.
and
yeah.
everyone's in formation.
Mm-hmm.
Did you notice that there is like this formation of black and silver R2 astromechs and an Imperial probe droid in that picture?
No.
Yes.
Oh, I'm going to have to go
Yeah, they're
rewatch
like,
that scene.
so if you're looking at like, so you have the shuttle, right? Here's the shuttle with the Emperor coming down.
Yep.
Go fuck yourself. Right. He's coming off the thing. And then there's like the troopers are all lined up in this formation up here.
Yeah.
Then you have like Imperial officers and some troopers this way. Like to the, just off the left wing of the shuttle, you have this like 2 columns of astromechs and at least 1 Imperial probe droid.
No shit.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I'm going to go have to look that up at some point.
Yeah. You out there in the studio audience, you have to look it too. Look for it if you hadn't noticed it already. I was like, for whatever reason, I happened to like avert my gaze to that corner,
Yeah.
and because the probe droid caught my eye, I'm like, huh, I never saw that there before.
Yeah.
Like, you know, at all these times seeing it, and there it was, motherfucker.
Yeah. Good stuff. Anyway, so the other thing I had was my build your own lightsaber.
The sacred Jedi.
I went with a very traditional saber style this time. And, well, I'll just let you look at it. I wanted to go very symmetrical with it and very, just a lot of the same style all around, and
Nice.
gave it the green crystal. So, yeah, this is very, you know, what the Jedis would have had
Yeah.
back in, like, the prequels and all of that, or even the original trilogy, a style you would see in those. So now I have my Sith saber, I have my High Republic one, and now I have a standard Jedi saber.
Yeah, the top part of this is the same as mine.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Then the bottom you have this the narrowed hilt like Luke 2.0.
Right.
Well, no,
Well, the baby killer didn't have it.
no, not the baby killer.
You think his green saber had it?
No, his was maybe it was Obi-Wan's that had that. I
Maybe.
don't know. Fuck, now I got to now I have to look that up too. God damn it.
And that's really it for Star Wars stuff that I got from Disney. So we can move on from that. Have you seen the YouTube channel This Aged Great?
No.
Oh my God. You got to watch this. It's the funniest thing. It's this comedian, I guess, who is talking to a friend, or they're in like an audience, or they're like, you know, up on a stage with an audience.
Uh-huh.
And he's basically talking about older movies that may not have aged well.
Okay.
And he's talking about movies like fucking like Porky's, Fast Times at Ridgemont High,
Okay.
Weird Science, fucking Police Academy. I just watched the Police Academy one, which, you know, that's a sacred cow. Like, don't fuck with Police Academy. But yeah, it's fucking hilarious. And the YouTube channel is called This Aged Great, and like everything that they've done on there, they did fucking Roadhouse and the other Swayze movie, Dirty Dancing. And it's just this guy given a explanation to the other guy on stage, like what happened in this fucking movie. Oh,
I didn't realize this popped up, but
Are you sharing your screen?
I am not. This is just for our benefit right now.
Okay, Dave's got that scene up from Return of the Jedi.
There it is.
With the yep, there's the Astromech lined up. There's the probe droid. Is that another probe droid? Right there.
Right there, maybe. I think your
RS or AS seems to think so.
yeah, your ass seems to be jealous.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's these troopers down here with their shiny helmets, and astromechs, and then fucking probe droids.
Yeah, the fact that this is a painting that they made look so realistic in the movie, it's
It's fucking bonkers, man.
mind-boggling. It's fucking great though.
Anyway, sorry.
So yeah, no, I'm everybody out there. If you're listening to this, go to that YouTube channel, This Age Great. It's so fucking funny listening to this guy explain plots and certain aspects of the movie that may not, stand in today's world. It's fucking great. Just go watch it. I wish we could play a clip of it on here, but probably don't want to get hit with any kind of strikes. I'll just say go watch it. And besides that, that's
The first one that popped up when I put it in there was Drop Dead Fred.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're not that long. It's like
No, they're all like 10 minutes or less.
Ski School. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not even sure what that is. Yeah, there's some movies on here that I'd never watched or never even heard of before. Where Al Pacino, young Al Pacino, went undercover as a gay man to stop a crime or something, and then he finds out he's gay himself.
Okay.
Yeah. But
some movies they just tried to bury on their IMDb that would never get seen again.
mm-hmm. But the internet knows.
Mm-hmm.
The internet always knows. So anyway, that's it for my my week. It just got some goodies from Disney and watching a lot of YouTube videos.
So my contribution to this effort is actually not my own.
Oh,
This is Kathy's contribution to this effort.
okay. I'm intrigued. Does that show up well on camera? Yeah, it does. What?
Check out this motherfucker.
Is this Lego Optimus Prime?
Yeah. Be careful.
All right.
So it's a well put together build. However, it's still Lego. So
Yeah.
and I'll
Ah.
right on cue.
Yeah.
Jason snaps him in half. Oh, that was fucking classic. Anyway, so Kathy got me this.
Got his head.
It's a major award. And dude, I will tell you what. This
Sorry, I broke it.
it's Lego. You don't it doesn't break.
It's separated temporarily.
Right. Oh, I have to find that.
What's that? Oh, a piece fell?
Yeah. Hang on. Entertain the people while I find that piece.
All right, Dave's looking for the piece of
Resistance.
yes, the piece of resistance. Which this seems fitting because we are talking about Lego Star Wars stuff today.
Right?
Which part are you looking for? Oh, is it this?
Well, that one also.
And I've got the head right here, if that's what you're looking for.
No, it went this way.
Oh,
I heard it hit.
my bad. Oh my God. We're going to spend the next 20 minutes listening to Dave root through his trash and try to find this phantom piece.
Listen, first place, we're going to be doing this.
I know.
Found it.
But you're the one who trusted me to hold it.
This is true.
So really, it's your fault.
Right, exactly. It is my fault. So, yes, Lego Optimus. I will. It's not going to be quick to put him back together again, unfortunately. But, dude, what a great fucking build.
And he transforms
He transforms just like
the original toy.
he does
Yeah.
up there. I don't know if you can't. Yeah, back there.
That little speck in the background.
Back there, see? Yeah, you definitely can't see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it transforms just like the original. Like the arms fold back, the legs fold under,
Nice.
and head kind of goes, and you got the in his chest piece, this opens up, and you have the
Oh, the Matrix.
You got the Matrix in there. So, yeah, this is a 1980 Lego movie accurate, or not Lego movie, Transformer movie accurate Optimus dead.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's such a fun build. It took me like 4 hours to fucking do.
I believe it.
But
Looks pretty complex.
where does Gun go?
Right here.
Oh, there's. But yeah, really, really cool. And just to think that, like, hey, these black box builds that Lego has are absolutely phenomenal
Now,
with their level of detail.
what do you mean by black box?
So it's just like Black Series, it has the connotation that it's more of a like collector's.
Oh, okay.
Black box Lego is the same way.
Okay.
Like it's going to be more adult oriented for collecting.
Right, as opposed to kids playing with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Or Jason's playing with it, apparently, because it doesn't survive a Jason playing with it.
Right.
But yeah, dude, this thing, it was so fucking awesome when it's all together.
Yeah. I love it. And that was a gift from Kathy?
Yeah,
All
Kathy
right.
got it for me because I had won a major award, or didn't win a major award, and this is way better anyway.
Well, shit, I don't win awards all the time, and I never get a gift for it.
I don't know. Maybe you need to not win more awards. I don't know. Or words like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, there's so much good Lego coming out right now. This has been out for a minute,
Mhm.
but there's a couple of things that are coming out this year that are just going to be they're like must-haves on the Dave list.
Mhm.
That I'm really looking forward to. We got at home waiting for me to put together right now is the Lego Van Gogh,
Oh, I've seen that.
the sunflowers.
Yeah.
Well, we have Starry Night that I put together already,
Mhm.
and Luna Girl has that one too. She's in the middle of building, and we bought the sunflowers one. I had pre-ordered it, and that came in.
Yeah.
But I had a Lego project going already, so I was like, I can't until this Lego project gets put away. I can't start another one, so I didn't work on that one this weekend. But yeah, this has been effective therapy. Did it go all the way down?
Yeah, it did.
That's what she said.
Yeah, it's right under you.
All right, no worries. But yeah, man, it's really cool from my amazing wife,
Yep.
who loves me very much. Thank God.
Yeah.
And that's really it. I mean, otherwise, it's just been stress and Lego building.
To relieve said stress.
Exactly.
All right. Well, I mean, I guess that's going to put us right up to the main topic, eh?
Yes, it is.
All right.
And while you get to the main topic, I'm going to like try and at least put this back together to the point where I'm not missing in pieces.
All right. So, yeah, as you were saying before, the Rebuild the Galaxy came out last September, and it's 4 episodes, only 2 of which we're covering today. I don't know where this false information came from, but
From Dave's head, obviously.
yeah. So, and the premise is, it's an interesting premise because it starts off with just some random dude on a random planet, retelling the story of Star Wars, which we'll get into that in a minute.
Right.
And some shit happens. He finds a lost Jedi temple, destroys it in a sense, which destroys the whole galaxy. And again, we're talking in a Lego galaxy.
Mhm.
So everything gets broken apart and rebuilt, and like everything's all fucked up now. And they're trying to rebuild the galaxy from
Right.
when it got fucked up. Sorry, you're very distracting. Did you get everything you needed?
Yeah, probably.
Is that an old school Fitbit I just saw on you?
Yeah, it's the one that VA gave me.
Oh, nice.
So they can track my movement.
Does it have wireless on it?
Yeah.
Ah, that's the thing that bums me out, man. Like in my line of work, I can't take anything wireless with me. So,
Yeah. Thankfully, I am not in that world.
yeah.
We're going to get these out for conversation here in a minute.
Oh, oh man. Well, we've got a I guess we could call it a tie wing. This is an X-wing body with TIE fighter wings.
Yeah, because they call this a X tie, I think,
Yeah.
or something. So this whole Rebuild the Galaxy thing, like these toys have been out. They came out obviously pre-Christmas
Mm-hmm.
push, and I had bought this set. I basically bought it like I think pre-ordered it off of Lego.com.
Uh-huh.
And mainly because it was this is another TIE fighter that I need, and I had no earthly idea what this Rebuild the Galaxy thing was.
Right.
So I'm like, when I was building them, this concept of like, why the hell would I want to swap the fucking wings off of this? Like, I have it just didn't make any sense to me.
Sure.
And it's funny, it took me, 6 months until I get to the point where like, oh, now this makes sense.
Yeah. And what was I going to say? I lost it. But yeah, no, these are awesome. And these are from the show that we're about to talk about today.
From Rebuild the Galaxy. And so, yeah, Lego, obviously, they're going to take full advantage.
Yeah.
They had these guys that were available. They had Jedi Bob, who we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
They had his ship all over the place. And I, who the fuck is Jedi Bob?
Oh, we're about to find out.
Yeah. I had no idea who these people were. I was just like, oh, well, here's a TIE pilot, or here's a TIE fighter. I better buy it.
Yeah.
And then, it took me all these months to actually understand what the hell it was.
Mm.
So we have them now for reference for later.
I have you now.
Have you now?
So anyway, yeah. We're going to talk about parts 1 and 2 of this. So let's get started with part 1. And I love already. Well, actually, before we get into it, that's right. I put something else in the notes regarding questions about watching stuff that's not canon. So what is your overall opinion of this, of enjoying Star Wars content that isn't part of the overall canon? Lego Star Wars being one of those things. Because I went into this with a little hesitation, because I don't like reading or watching things that aren't canon in the Star Wars universe. I know it's blasphemy. Everybody loves the old Legends books, but you got to move on, man. Past is the past.
Right.
except for Darth Bane.
except for Bane,
Yeah.
obviously.
So yeah, whenever something like this comes out, I'm really never that, inclined to watch because I don't want to see something that's not part of our overall universe.
Right.
So I went into this with some hesitations, but we'll see how I felt about them by the end of the
Yeah,
episode.
but it's Lego, right?
Yeah. But see, as we discussed in previous episodes, I've never really fully entrenched myself in the Lego Star Wars stuff. Like I barely played the games.
Right.
Never really watched any of the movies or other TV shows.
But it's been the idea of it though, even though yes, it's not canon, but it's also all of the content that they've had, like throughout the stuff that they've had with the droid adventures and like all the Lego stuff that's come out, including the games. It's never meant to been canon. Like it's loosely based on like with the environments and everything else with the stories, but it's not meant to replicate the story.
Right.
So it's like, I don't know. I guess for me, if this was some other animation, like, I don't know. I was going to say something like Visions, but even with Visions, like I really enjoyed the Ronin.
Right.
Like reading that book and that's not canon. So I don't know. I think it's funny when you said how much can you enjoy Star Wars content that isn't canon. I think I can substitute that wording for just say I can enjoy Star Wars content.
Okay.
Period.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I think that's just where I'm at.
Okay.
So I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
Now, if it sucks, it sucks,
Mhm.
right? But if it's good and it makes me happy, then it makes me happy. There's too much other bullshit going on in the world that
Yeah.
if it's not going to make me happy, I'm not going to do it
Indeed. All right. So
if I can help.
the opening shot, the opening helmet montage that we see at the beginning of all of the Star Wars series, this one was great because it was the Lego helmets this time. And, you saw a bunch. You saw Vader and a couple of those. You see the fucking Spark or whatever the hell his name is.
The Gonk droid.
Yeah. You see him at the end of that. So they did a very nice Lego Star Wars, helmet intro, which I got a real kick out of. And then it starts with this guy, Sig, who is retelling the whole Skywalker saga to his friends, going all the way back to fucking, the prequels and then the original trilogy and then the sequels a little bit.
Right.
And one of the things that I loved during this was there was a bunch of inside jokes throughout these episodes, but one in particular was when he's retelling the story of Return of the Jedi, he initially put the Wookiees in there instead of the Ewoks.
Right.
And which is like a nice little nod to George's original concept for Jedi, which was going to be Ewoks or Wookiees instead of Ewoks. Yeah, so just a cute little nod there that they wouldn't dare do in regular canon, but they can do it in something like this.
Right, and which is funny too, because this is legit. This is Disney.
Oh yeah,
Disney released. Yeah, it's not canon. However, like some of the little jabs that they have, okay, there's some good little reach arounds for some storylines like that. Some of the some of us old heads and people that are like really into it will pick up on.
Yeah.
And then there's also some digs at some of the known bad things that we don't like. Like those of us who follow Star Wars as a religion and that we don't like, it also takes little jabs at that too.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things I love about Lego Star Wars as a product.
Now, sidebar. Any idea what the relationship is between Lucasfilm and the Lego Corporation or whatever they are? Because, they're so entrenched with each other. Yes, I know Lego does all kinds of other franchises, but I mean, with Star Wars, they've been with Star Wars for a long time, and they've made all these games and movies and now TV series. And you got to kind of wonder what that relationship and partnership is between the two.
I don't know, honestly, like because it crosses retail barriers.
Oh yeah.
Because Disney, Star Wars was partnered with Lego long before Disney, and Lego is not exclusive to Disney at
No,
all. I mean, in fact, is
like they've done
Yeah.
like the DC characters.
Yeah.
They've done Harry Potter. None of that is Disney
no,
stuff.
Like whether it's Warner Brothers or whatever. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's behooving to other IPs to use Lego as a platform.
Fuck yeah. Yeah,
So-
especially if you have a younger audience.
Yeah. So that's one of those things where if you walk into like a Lego store,
Mhm.
that's like a secondhand Lego store, like the one I frequent over in Maple Shade,
Yeah.
and you go in there and there's so much variety of just generalized stuff from every IP you can think of,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and all of it's like out of the box and put together. So it's not like when you go into a Lego store and everything's very kind of sanitized and, you know,
Yeah.
like,
It's like a colorful Apple store.
yeah, it kind of is. Like, and there's areas for like kids to like play and shit like that, but kids are gross. So there's, I say, and then I find myself on a Saturday digging around in you know, an area of Lego at the store I go to in Maple Shade, the Bricks and Minifigs store. It has Lego table that's about the size of the space that you're sitting in from there to the wall and like wall to wall,
Yeah.
like that. And it's divided up into like into quarters. So like you're going around this and it's like, you know, this deep and filled with Lego.
Nice.
So I go in there with a parts list and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go in here and get a small little bucket for $8,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to pick the parts out that I need. And this is how Dave's going to make sure that he doesn't kill people on the way home. He's going to stop and he's going to fucking sort through Lego for 40 minutes.
Right.
Um,
Is there any order to which their stuff is separated, or is it really just
oh no,
a
it's
big...
on a table and it's fucking out there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not there. There's some places you can go that have like, you know, if you wanted to buy individual parts, but you're going to pay more for that.
Yeah.
This store, they have some stuff that's sorted by color,
Mhm.
like underneath the table, but otherwise it is just when they get loose Lego, they just cycle it through,
Yeah.
and it just so I could go if I go, I don't know. I try not to go that frequently because Kathy doesn't like it, and yeah, you start looking at the same stuff over and over.
Mhm.
But they go through enough of it where if I went, let's say, every 3 weeks, I'm looking at different Lego
Okay.
each time I go through there.
So it's a pretty popular place then.
Yeah,
Okay.
and plus I think they'll pull stuff out and rotate it around too.
Yeah.
Like they sell pre-made bags already. Like they have like a large bag that you can buy. Like I don't know, it's the resale market for Lego is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
But it is definitely one of those things that when you walk into a store like that, it's like, oh, look, there's all the right now. If you walked into the store, they have a big Lord of the Rings thing right now.
Oh.
Right? A bunch of the Lord of the Rings sets that are like, they're out of the box.
Mm-hmm.
So it's most likely sets that people have sold,
Okay.
you know, brought in and sold that may not be 100% complete. So you're getting a discount.
Yeah.
And that's how I get a lot of my sets, honestly, is I'll go and I'll buy an incomplete set and finish it. I mean,
Yeah.
We have a whole channel on our Discord dedicated to just me doing stupid shit like that. Because you're getting it's so much cheaper. And you can, I mean, you know, oh, this is missing, you know, this could be missing 35 cents worth of parts.
Right.
You know, but you're getting it for $5 off. You know, it's just it's a whole different way of looking at toys
Yeah.
just in general.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not it's you're not even buying used toys. It's like, okay, you're going in there like, yeah, somebody else has brought in these bricks, and
Yeah.
they've probably sold them because they're sold their kids or whatever. You know, we buy them off Marketplace and do shit like that. But
Yeah.
we're selling them to like this whole rebuild the galaxy thing, right? They're like, all right, we're gonna take this, we're gonna dump it into the thing, and somebody else is gonna take those and build them into something else. It's just
Mhm.
yeah.
And it's crazy too to think just like how many kids out there are exposed to Legos. Because, I mean, I know I had a shitload of Legos growing up. My
Yeah.
kids had a shitload growing up.
Yeah, you know what? Ironically, I have way more Lego than I have way more Lego now than I had when I was a kid.
Oh, of course.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah. I don't
Well, and
I've taken full advantage of the fact that I have more disposable income at this point in my life.
yeah.
And the kids, they had John's Lego.
Oh yeah. I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, he had the giant Tupperware thing of Lego that he brought to the house.
Mm-hmm.
And so the kids had that to play with for years.
Yeah.
And then when the kids got older and, you know, John had his daughter and
Took them back. And
yeah, now Emma's got those Lego and it's just, you know.
Yeah. And it's so crazy because it seems like it's in every kid's life at some point.
Mm-hmm. It should be.
Yeah. And again, it just goes to show like the reach that Lego has and the fact that it can, you know, scoop up all these IPs and do all of these different sets with all these different IPs.
Yeah.
Because they're so prevalent just in American society, you know, like Lego shit is everywhere.
Yeah.
So anyway, long sidebar.
I like Lego.
So, so going back to Sig doing his retelling of the Skywalker saga, he's also doing this during an ion storm because whatever planet this is on is like Vanessa or some shit. They have ion storms all the time. So during this ion storm, he's telling this story. And then as he's going through, Mark Hamill makes an appearance as Luke as he's talking about the original trilogy.
Right.
And then when he goes and talks about the fucking sequels, he first of all, it shows shirtless Kylo Ren.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and he did a funny thing where he's like, and then the galaxy was, you know, taken on by the evil, and Kylo Ren standing right there, Emperor Palpatine, who knocks him to the side, and you know, as he turns out to be the main villain. It was good. It was really good, and I loved the fucking shirtless Kylo Ren. It's a good nod to something that people thought was so silly or interesting.
The first 10 minutes of this thing, there was enough in there where I was like, okay, I'm going to be able to watch this.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't because it could have very easily went very kid like.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, this is only appealing to a particular audience.
Right.
But I'm like, oh no, I can. This is a guy. This has stuff for me all over it.
Yeah,
so.
and it's this screams like a Pixar movie, like something
Yeah,
that the kids
yeah.
would love, but
Yep.
that adults would just as easily get entertainment out of.
And honestly, that's like you're playing a Lego video game. Like
Yeah.
if you're playing Lego Star Wars, there's a ton of shit in there that is just like it's part of the movie, or it's like something in the movie that you'd only get if you were older.
Yeah.
Like us playing it. Speaking of which, have you played it since we did it for the show?
A little bit right after, but not in a while.
Travesty.
I know. I suck. There's too many games, man. I've got too many games to play.
There are
Not
too
enough-
many games.
Not enough time.
Oh, well, sidebarring off of that sidebar. What time is it?
6:14.
I meant to mention it during my week, but I just on a whim started playing Battlefront 2, like what the
the single player campaign.
Yeah, single player campaign. Getting Inversio out
Yeah.
and playing through that storyline. And holy shit, what a good story.
Yeah.
Talking about good stories like fucking TFA. That Inversio storyline is just fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
And honestly, that game is really, really good. That campaign,
Mhm.
is really good.
And I haven't played that since we did it for the podcast, quite frankly.
Yeah, it's worth revisiting
Yeah.
because from a story perspective and the playability of the campaign is really good. The multiplayer still it suffers from what we always complained about.
Yeah.
Like it just there for somehow I just feel like it's not big enough.
Yeah. It doesn't feel right.
Right. That original Battlefront or the 2015 Battlefront is still going to occupy, whatever, 14 gig on my fucking Xbox Sex
Mhm.
in perpetuity. As long as that thing will fucking spin up,
Yep.
I'm going to keep it on there, and it's going to, when I'm want to play something, just play offline. I don't care if it's the same thing that I've played fucking 50 other times.
Yeah. I actually got into a blast match about a month ago.
Did you really?
Yeah.
How long
So-
did it take to get into the blast match?
It was already going when I
No
when I
shit.
got in. Yeah. So
I tried to get into a blast match the other day, and it just spun.
No. Damn.
But I think it might have been too early in the day when I
Oh,
tried.
Yeah.
Like if it was a little bit later at night, I might have been better off.
Mhm.
Or maybe it was not early enough, like to catch like European servers or something.
Sure.
But, yeah, dude. I would 10 out of 10 recommend cracking open that game just to get the campaign, play through the campaign
Yeah.
once again. Just for that.
Okay. Oh, good to know.
Because, and the reason I went there is because I was going to go like, oh, let me look at this Red Dead Redemption version Star Wars, which what was it called?
Oh, Outlaws.
Yeah, which and they still wanted like it's not on the EA Play thing yet.
Okay.
It's not on Game Pass, so they still wanted like $60 for it. I'm like, I don't hear anybody tell me anything good about this that I'm going to pay $60. So, nope. But I wanted some Star Wars, so that's why I ended up cracking into Ryan Versio's story, and I'm glad I did.
Good. Good. Now you're gonna make me have to go back and do it.
Yes.
So.
Haha. So much for those other games, Jason.
I know. Maybe when I retire for good.
Yeah, someday.
Yeah.
Someday. We just got to keep our Xboxes, make sure they're clean and keep
Yeah.
those processors good.
Yeah. Clean out all the dust every once in a while.
That's right.
and-
Saying that, I really should do that.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, moving on with the Rebuild the Galaxy. So as soon as Sig is done telling his story, his brother Dev shows up. And come to find out, they are actual nerf herders.
Right.
Right. They herd the nerfs. And this time they were doing it by a speeder. The brother was kind of like, weaving in and out of the herds to kind of force them to where they were trying to get them to go. And then while his brother is flying in the speeder, something happens and he crashes. Or he's about to crash, and fucking brother Sig quickly force Legos a landing pad for his brother.
Right.
So
Something for him to fall into.
yeah,
Doesn't save the ship, but he, falls into something that isn't quite as firm as terra firma.
yeah, I'm sure he could rebuild the ship. What are you doing?
This is what it has pins. So when you want to swap the wings back, you just
Oh, so
Pop
you
the pins
can make an actual tie and an actual
yeah.
X-wing.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
just you just pop these pins out.
Oh, well,
So
that's
they
fancy.
actually made it configurable so you could swap back and forth.
So you can rebuild the galaxy.
So you can rebuild a galaxy.
Yeah,
Exactly right. If you ever wanted to see what a X-wing looked like without wings, there you go.
looks like a big penis.
Right. Penis, penis, penis.
My penis is
There it goes.
smooth.
The penis didn't want to activate the penis button.
My penis,
There it goes. There. Now it is.
my penis is smooth.
So this basically introduces us to the concept of
A giraffe's nose.
force building, as it's later called.
Right.
I lost my place.
Force building.
Oh, and then we enter Yessie, the strong female character of
Right.
the show. So I will be referring to her as strong female from here on out. And Sig wants to hit that.
He does.
Yeah, you can tell he wants her from early on. The model nodes. One good song. Oh, they're having a party after the herding and all of that, and which Sig decides not to go to because he's socially awkward.
Right.
I can relate.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, no, we're having fun right here.
yeah, and they're gonna play a hollow of the fucking the modal nodes, aka the Cantina band.
Right.
And as he's walking away, he's like, "Nah, they only had one good song anyway,"
Exactly.
which is hilarious. But then when he looks out later on, everybody's dancing to the fucking Cantina song. This is when we are introduced to Servo for the first time, the Gonk droid.
Right.
He enters the fray as Sig's friend, probably one of his only friends. And then an ion storm comes and pushes them all to go back, not underground, but just undercover. And during all of this, something happens where Sig and his brother like fall into a big trench. And eventually, as they're trying to figure out their way out of it, that's when they come across this lost Jedi temple,
Right.
which Sig's able to open with the Force because
Has a giant door and like, wait, you can do things. Use your special thing.
yeah.
And sure shit, he can open it. Open the door.
And they go in, and he sees this shining piece, which ends up being called the cornerstone,
Right.
on the ground, kind of holding up the structure there. While this is happening, there's a Jedi that's kind of like spying on him, but doesn't really get involved until it's like too late
Mm-hmm.
because they see that shining block and they're like, oh, this is the thing that we can sell it and it'll get us off of this rock.
Right.
So he pulls that out and like all hell breaks loose, and we see like the whole like the universe, the galaxy, just like completely fall apart and rebuild itself, like the planets and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when we come to the fucked up new universe.
So yeah, the Big Bang, as it were.
Yeah.
Just fucking everything just turned into atoms and then fucking reformed
Yeah, pretty much.
into this new universe.
And you can get glimpses of things that are going on. Like there's an AT-AT that's a Republic AT-AT. It's got the Republic symbol on it,
Right.
but it's still, like a regular AT-AT. After everything is done and Sig wakes back up, he sees a clone trooper up on the hill.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, clone troopers, they haven't been around since, the time of the Empire. And they come down and they surround him. And he's like, oh, shit. I can't remember what he said, but the guy takes off the helmet and it's fucking Admiral Akbar going,
Right.
it's a trap.
That's a trap.
And
That's
then,
a trap. That's a
and
trap.
then all the other clones do the same thing. They're all Admiral Akbar clones.
Right. It's a trap. It's a trap. It's a trap. It's a trap.
Yeah.
Which now I was like digging through my stuff and I don't have an Akbar head
Oh.
for any of my anyway. Yeah, I know. I'm sure it's out there like in one of these sets.
Uh-huh.
I just don't have one. Otherwise, I would have brought in a stormtrooper with an Akbar head.
Clone trooper. Let's
Clone trooper.
be accurate here. So,
I don't know how you fit an Akbar head into a fucking clone trooper helmet.
no, it's very it's not really conducive to that
Giant
head
fish
shape.
head.
Yeah.
That's a trap. That's a trap. That's a trap.
And as he's trying to explain to them like what's going on, he's talking to one of the Akbar clones and he's like, also, I think you might be dead. Which is a reference to how they very quickly offed Akbar in
Right.
The Last Jedi and barely acknowledged it.
Right.
So that was pretty funny.
Like, wait. So you died, but and Carrie Fisher died, but you let Leia live.
Yeah.
You kept Akbar dead. Akbar's the one with the fish head. You
Right.
probably could have let him live.
Yeah.
Because anybody can say, it's a trap!
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. Because reasons.
Yeah. Enough Last Jedi for now.
Keeps sneaking its way back in there.
So
Like
the
a bad penis.
yeah. Oh god. So the clones they're not having it from Sig, so they still want to bring him in.
That's a trap!
And enter strong female. She's back and she takes out all of the clones by herself, as strong females do.
Right.
And
She's a flawed, strong female.
yeah, and she doesn't remember anything because she wasn't in the temple when all of this happened.
Right.
So, her continuity was changed with the rest of the galaxy.
Right.
So, but she's a part of the rebellion because the Empire apparently is still in power, and she decides begrudgingly to work with Sig and have him, have him help her or her help him likewise to rebuild the galaxy, so to speak.
It's this, my fucking brain. The shit that just entered my head is like this space-time continuum where she's the same person but lived a different timeline up until this point.
Mm-hmm.
So if this galaxy, because they come to find out later, you know what? Never mind. I don't know what I don't know which episode that's in, but think of this space-time continuum where they rebuild the galaxy. How did this other backstory happen all the way up until this point? Right? If I rebuild the galaxy and you suddenly pop in there,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, okay, now I'm this other version of this person. How do you have that other? How do you have that other persona?
Mm-hmm.
Unless that was pulled from another dimension.
Well, I think we're just supposed to.
Am I thinking too deeply?
I think you are. I think we're just meant to just accept whatever they give us and call it part of the new timeline.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, because otherwise you could really start fucking with your
I mean,
head.
there's going to be some interstellar like just like wait a minute. How many dimensions are we talking about here?
Right. Infinite.
How would that be possible? Because if everything exists an infinite amount of timelines, then that version, they just rebuilt into that version. Then technically the other version was still there.
Right. It's a coincidence in time to where she happened to be in that same spot on the same planet, even though everything's been completely
Everything's different.
redone. But maybe it was meant to be. Maybe it's the Force. It's the Force.
Oh,
that
it's
brought
the
her there.
Force. We'll use the Force.
Yeah.
That's not how the Force works. Great
Uh,
exchange, by the way. God, that's
I
such
love
a
that
good
line.
movie.
Yeah. Anyway, so they're sneaking through an Imperial base, and this is when we see the X-Fighters. Which, did you notice too? Like, if you really listen to it, you can hear both the X-Wing and the TIE Fighter noises as they're flying.
It's making like this weird like rah noise.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Yeah, but if you listen close, you can hear the distinction of the two in there.
Mhm.
I don't know what. Oh, okay. So while they're there, he finally sees his brother, Dev,
Right.
and he's walking with an army of clone troopers, and he's dressed in all black, very Sith-like. But of course, Sig never picks up on that, and he's like, "Hey, it's my brother!" and just runs up to
Right.
him, and
Look,
yeah, and
there's nothing ominous about this at all.
yeah, and well, he found out the hard way that there is something ominous there, and yeah, come to find out, Dev is a Sith Lord, and I love their exchange. He's like, "No, you're my brother, Dev." He's like, "My name is Darth Dev,"
Right.
which I thought was pretty funny. and he said it's like short for devastation. But I love that initial. My name is Darth Dev.
Devastation.
Yeah. And then we see the Jedi that was in the temple talking to what's his name again? Servo, the Gonk droid. And it's very Obi-Wan ish, right? He's got the kind of the beard. He sort of speaks in the same way.
Right.
He pulls off his hood to reveal, like, old looking Jedi guy.
Older guy, yeah.
Yeah. And that's where the first episode ends.
Right. Jedi Bob.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we start calling him Jedi Bob in the next episode. But
Which he hates, by the way.
yeah. So we get into part.
Should we have said spoilers? Should we have said that about an hour ago?
It's whatever, man.
The show's been out for a minute.
Yeah.
So,
Like,
spoiler alert.
anybody who watches our show or listens to the audio, they know. They know that we get into spoilers when we cover stuff like this.
I would hope so.
But if it's a new person and they wanted a spoiler-free look at it, well,
Yeah. And
you've come to the wrong place.
yes. It's a trap. It's a trap.
Yes, exactly.
It's a trap.
So we're introduced early on in part 2 to Dev's apprentice, who is Darth Ray.
Yes.
So we get
Which I'm sitting here watching this a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, now I understand why they had why the toy came out.
Yep.
Right? This is why the Lego came out, and you had the Darth Jar Jar, and
Yep.
like now there's context to all of this. It's almost like they're like, hey, this Darth Jar Jar thing is fucking hilarious, right? We should really do this thing. Well, we already have this dark version of Rey,
Yeah.
right? That we never really talk about again.
Right.
Well, we could bring that into this too. Like, okay, what are we gonna do? All right, we should like do a Lego thing about it, and we'll just make fun of it the whole time. Like, yeah, that's fucking brilliant. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And we'll make it the Millennium Falcon, but we'll make it all black.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, you know what? It would have been cool to like sneak fucking Batman into it somehow. That would have been fucking great. I'm Batman. I only work in black and really dark blue, really dark gray.
Yeah. Fuck. Oh, are you ever going to get that Millennium Falcon? Is that on the list?
It is not. The only reason, the only reason I have a Millennium Falcon at all is because I bought one that was it was only like 75% of the pieces when I bought it.
Yeah.
So I pieced it together the rest of the way. So it was like really cheap to get.
Nice.
So it's the same size. The one I have, the one you saw in the case, the one that's parked next to the X-wing.
Yeah.
That one is the same size as the dark Millennium Falcon.
Okay.
That's the size. So I don't need it. I have a Millennium Falcon, so I'm good.
All right.
Having another one, I'm space limited.
That's true.
So having another one would not really do me much good. I mean, even in here, like unless it's flying from the ceiling.
Yeah.
It's
Which we could do that. We could just put hooks in the ceiling.
we could, but yeah, I'm not getting the black Millennium Falcon.
All right.
Not unless it's like really really cheap.
Okay. Fair enough.
But yeah, it is cool. It is cool. I did enjoy it. However, I don't need it.
Right. So anyway, as Dev is holding our heroes, he introduces us to Darth Ray, his apprentice. She's got the same staff and everything that she had in the Rise of Skywalker, 2-second cameo.
Right.
Which, man, they hyped that up so much too. And I would have loved to have seen that for real.
Just to tease the shit out of us, man.
Mm-hmm. So at least they're going with that in this, which is nice. Now, did you see Dev's ship? Did you notice what that was?
So I thought it was the Kylo Ren square tie body.
Right.
I don't remember what the wings were.
Well, no, the body was the Jedi Starfighter, and then he had the wings that were like the kind of oval shaped curved wings on the top and bottom, which were I can't remember whose vehicle that was.
I gotta look.
Yeah, but yeah, it was the body of a Jedi Starfighter, which I thought was funny.
Dark Dev ship. I love the AI overview. Darth Dev pilots a TIE fighter in Lego Star Wars Rebuilding. The TIE fighter is similar to Kylo Ren's TIE silencer. Okay. Show me it.
But I'm telling you, it's got
Show me the money.
a Jedi Starfighter body, which again I thought was cool. And then we get a nice sequence where Jedi Bob shows up and he helps them escape. And they're on I think it starts off as one of those clone drop ships, and then as they're going along and they're getting shot at, he's got to like build new parts to it to kind of accommodate where they are.
Right.
Like he does the AT-AT legs, does the pods, like the pod racer pods at one point.
Yep.
Does like quad jumpers. So that really fits in with the Lego theme of all of this, and that's probably what gets the kids, really hyped up, seeing him going from like these pods and then remaking them into the legs and then remaking that into the quads. And yeah, it was really cool scene. And then as they get to safety, Jedi Bob is explaining that there are Force builders, a secret part of the Jedi, and there are also Sith breakers. So we've got our builders and our breakers,
Which
fighting against each other.
Which I appreciated that you didn't go like just full light side, dark side. You actually had like some premise of the building and tearing down.
Yeah.
I thought that was clever.
Mm-hmm. And we go through a very quick montage of Sig doing it's not a montage, it's just a scene of Sig doing builder training with Jedi Bob to become, a Force builder himself. And one of the things he did was he did an upgrade to Servo, where basically he gave him a voice with an Australian accent.
Right. It sounds like somebody out of Bluey.
Right.
And it's like it's just says the dumbest, most obvious shit ever.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
Yeah. No, he's really funny.
Is this what you're talking about?
No.
That's awesome.
It is, but that's not what I'm
I don't
talking about.
but I don't recognize that from the show.
Yeah, I wonder if I pulled up Disney Plus and tried to share the screen, if it would come across, or if we just again get hit with fucking copyright shit. I'm gonna do it though because we've been looking.
Do it.
What?
Go do it.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I gotta log into my Disney Plus on this computer. Yes. Yes, I see.
Yes, I see. Shut up! Will you shut up?
Rebuild the Galaxy.
The fuck?
And this was episode 2 or part 2. I'm sorry.
Ah!
I don't think they can hear it.
Could you hear that, people?
All right, now I'm looking for. No, go to that scene. You fucking
Stupid piece of shit.
streaming sometimes is annoying. No, you fuck.
Start over again.
Yes. All right. I'm at the scene where they're flying around and they're rebuilding parts of the ship.
Or even if you just pause it and just throw it up there so I can see it. 'Cause-
Well, yeah, I'm trying to find the scene where they actually show his ship.
because I don't think they actually came out with a version of that for you to buy.
Okay.
So I don't see it.
Well, I'm gonna share my screen.
All right. He's sharing his screen, folks.
All right. If we go blank, then you'll know Disney found us, and they
Darth Bluey would be fucking hilarious, especially because there's Lego Bluey now. Like, that's a thing.
yeah. Where did it go? All right. Sharing. Now, can you see that? That's the
Yes.
back of it. So it's got those, those curved wings like that. And I'm telling you, that's a Jedi Starfighter body.
Oh, so
on
it
that.
has the that's the TIE Advanced from Rebels.
Okay.
I have one of those. That Lego.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm still 90% convinced that that's the Jedi Starfighter body, but
Yeah, I'll have to look at it. But from the toy line, I did not see one specific for him.
okay.
So,
Well, either way, moving on.
but now that I've been looking for it, I'm going to get spammed with all of the dark Millennium Falcon ones.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers.
Um,
It has all those characters. Oh my god.
so anyway, our guys are trying to break free. They get away from Darth Dev.
I want to break free.
And then they're the bad guys are calling in bounty hunters now. So we get a bunch of different bounty hunters closing in on them.
Right.
First of all, we get the Ewok bounty hunters,
Mm-hmm.
which kind of a reference to the Old Republic, because in the Old Republic game, you can recruit an Ewok who is a bounty hunter. And I love their vehicles. Their vehicles are Y-wings that have the wings or the sails that the Ewoks use in their like little fucking
Right.
kites.
The Da Vinci wings. Is
Yes.
what they look like to me.
Uh-huh. So yeah, it's a Y-wing with just those attached as well, which is pretty funny. And then where did it go? C-3PO shows up as a bounty hunter.
Right.
In a gold Naboo royal ship, I think they called it. And he's basically a bad guy, and he says some God, what was his one line that he said? Oh yeah, the chances of me not destroying you are 1,400,000 to 1.
Right.
Oh, I hate it when he tells me the odds.
Do we see Han Solo yet in this? Have you seen him
No.
yet? In it? Okay.
No, not in part 1 or 2.
Okay.
One thing that I really do love that these Lego like movies or even the games do is when they crash landed, because they eventually came to a planet that had a bunch of water on it, and they were crash landing, and he built like a raft on the bottom
Right.
of it. But when it crashed, and the water that flies up is all Lego pieces.
Right.
It's all like the clear blue
Yep.
Lego pieces to make the splash in the water. And they do that with like laser fire and blaster fire too.
Mhm.
If it hits something, it's like Lego pieces that shatter off.
Yep.
And it's just, I love the way that they integrate that.
It's such
into-
a nice little detail. And what's funny too, is like they established something with the Lego movie that had that level of detail in it, and they haven't gone back since.
Yeah.
Like they've incorporated that level of detail. That's like the standard now.
Mm-hmm.
Like I haven't watched something like I haven't watched a lot of the kid stuff, I guess, but
Mhm.
the Lego movie stuff and this has been very consistent with like all right, here's the animation style. We're sticking with like this is the formula that works.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're going to animate everything to this end
Yeah.
and be consistent with it. And I think it's been brilliant.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, it was the water splashing that really got me. So they land and they find out that they are at the Mos Eisley Marina, that they're on Tatooine. And I guess it's back to having an ocean,
Right.
or maybe it never lost its ocean in this timeline.
Yeah, in this timeline.
Yep. And we see some pod racing going on in the distance, and it's fucking Luke, played by Mark Hamill,
Mm-hmm.
racing Max Rebo, and they catch him doing the pod race, and they see Luke use the fucking Force to
cheat.
to fuck up Max Rebo's ship so he could.
And he wins.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Yeah, and he has like no guilt or regret about it whatsoever.
Nope.
He's like, fuck yeah, I have
Like-
this ability. I'm going to use it.
Yeah, like, you want to talk about what happened? Like, what do you mean what happened?
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, and he's kind of a jerk in this as Luke Skywalker because he looks like one of those beach bros. First of all,
Yeah.
he's got the open shirt, with
Right.
the fucking necklace, and
The only thing that would be better if he was like almost like Big Lebowski-esque instead of the surfer
oh right,
type. If it was just like, I got a beverage here, man.
yeah,
Like,
just like in a bathrobe,
Right.
the whole time, and
Although the surfer bit it works for what we're doing.
yeah, and he was a great character, at least in this second episode. And they find him and they go to the Mos Eisley Marina Cantina.
The Marina Cantina.
Yes.
Right.
And that's when we see Darth Maul enters. He's
Right.
He's apparently acting like a good guy or somebody who's at least somewhat sympathizing with the rebellion because he's talking to a strong female character.
Right.
And
And she doesn't really know that, like, she's kind of on the fence whether he's a good guy or not.
yeah, and he's voiced by Sam Witwer, the guy who
Yep.
voices him in the Clone Wars and everything else.
Yep.
So they our hero Sig, he realizes that that's Darth Maul. He's a bad guy.
Right.
So he's like, all right, we gotta get the fuck out of here. Let's go, Jedi Bob. Or no, he's like, let's go, JB. And then the Jedi's like, we are not getting to, an initial basis or a basis of initials, something like that. Because he hated him calling him Jedi Bob, and now he's calling him JB. And then as they're leaving the cantina, we see Rey again, and she comes out and has a brief lightsaber battle with Jedi Bob, who's clearly inferior when it comes to lightsaber duels.
Right.
And then but our hero Sig, he rebuilds something to put her into like a little cage, a box, and this is when we see the Dark Millennium Falcon come in.
Right.
Yeah, that big ominous, and he's like, "Oh, that's not good."
Right. And
Because
the big dark Millennium Falcon, which now witnessed the power of this fully armed and operational Dark Millennium Falcon, and the dish is the fucking Death Star Ray.
Yeah.
I thought that was fucking awesome.
yeah,
That was awesome.
yep, and of course, who steps out? But it starts off with Darth Rose Tico, which is pretty funny.
That's who that is. That's who that is.
Yeah.
Would you believe that I've been ignorant to who that person has been this whole time?
Really, because he announces her name too.
I'm
when
sure
she
he
gets-
does. But I haven't. Yeah.
All right. But yeah, it starts off with Darth Rose Tico, Darth Nubs, Darth Kit Fisto,
Right.
Darth Hammerhead. Sorry, I don't remember your real name. Also a Jawa in Sith garb.
Right.
And then finally the reveal of Darth Jar Jar.
Yep.
And this is, of course, goes back to that very early fan theory about Jar Jar being a Sith Lord,
Right.
like a secret Sith Lord and all that. And, they really running with it in this.
Totally. As they should.
Yeah.
Why the fuck not?
Yep. And then, Dev comes back. He's trying to get the cornerstone. Dev's trying to get the cornerstone from his brother. And we've now got a battle. We've got all of our heroes on one side and then all of the villains on the other. All those Darths. We got Dark Ray, fucking Dev, as they're all closing in on our heroes. Jedi Bob, Sig, strong female character.
Right.
And Luke, I think, is with them also.
Is Luke actually with them?
I thought he was, but now I'm not sure.
I don't know if I don't think he's with them yet.
Okay.
In this point.
All
Because
right.
Luke has been very meh.
Yeah, very whatever.
Like he's not down with what they're doing, man.
Yep, and that's pretty much where the episode ends.
Like, that's just your opinion, man.
But yeah, It ends right there as all of these Sith Lords are coming for our heroes, and that's the cliffhanger that we left on,
Yep.
and that's it for that episode.
So Ahmed Best is
Oh, he is
actually,
Jar Jar.
He is Jar Jar in this. Because I was looking to see Bobby Moynihan.
Yeah, the former SNL cast member
Yeah.
is Jedi Bob. I looked at the two main
And
guys.
Vickers had actually mentioned that to me earlier. Like, when I was at work, I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And they're like, "Oh, okay, yeah."
I looked up the voice actors for Sig and Dev, guys I never recognized. Nobody that I think has done much else in Star Wars, but they are, voice actors and all kinds of other stuff.
So I'm trying to find a picture here because I want to get your opinion on something.
Okay.
But in the meantime, continue with your line of thought.
Yeah, I think I was finished.
Entirely?
Okay, well, now that it's over,
Right.
now comes my answer to that question of whether or not you can enjoy Star Wars content if it's not canon.
Right.
And I really did enjoy these two episodes. They were fun. They didn't take themselves seriously at all.
Right.
And that was a good thing with some of the silly jokes that they made. A lot of the, again, inside references from, the Darth Jar Jar conspiracy theory to the Wookiees being in Return of the Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff. Good stuff all around. And I'm looking forward to the next two episodes.
It's funny. Now that you've said Darth Rose Tika, now I'm like, how did I miss that? Like, now because I'm looking at a screenshot of her. I'm like, man, it's so obvious. And
Yeah.
I fucking missed it.
Now, they did have another female in that group of Sith that they didn't give a name to or call out. She's got like goggles kind of on the top of her head, and I'm wondering if that's her sister. Remember the lady who
Oh.
sacrificed herself to drop the bombs?
Yeah. You had Rose and
Can't remember her sister's name. But her sister was a far better character. And she was only on screen for a few minutes. But she actually did something heroic. She fucking sacrificed herself,
right.
for the Resistance.
Right. She actually did something.
Whereas Rose stopped Finn from sacrificing himself for the Resistance because she loved him.
You loved him.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You still looking for that thing?
I am looking for that thing, and it's really annoying me that it's not more of a thing, that I can't find a better picture.
Now, from your perspective, as the Lego guy, between the two of us, what was your thought on the Lego aspect of this with the Jedi, the Force builders, and all of that?
I don't know. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
So one thing that I want you to take note of when you're watching the rest of this show is I want you to just pay attention to this,
Okay.
especially, and we'll have a conversation about it later.
All right.
The studio audience cannot see what we're looking at right now,
All right.
But-
I'm curious where you're going with that.
but I want, even if you rewatch the other ones, like when they get to those characters and you're looking at them,
Uh-huh.
I want you to like
Focus.
focus on that.
Okay.
Just really just be like, wow, there's a good amount of detail right there.
Okay. I
Some-
will.
Something to look at.
Yeah.
That's not a great example, but there's a level of detail there that I think is important.
little example for me, but that our audience can't see.
Correct.
So, sorry.
Anyway, no, I enjoyed it. Like it gave me context for the Lego stuff that I had seen when it first came out that I just kind of took for granted, that like, oh, this is probably something that it's part of a kids thing, that much like the some of the other animated stuff that I didn't get into,
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't Visions one of them? No, Visions was the. Wasn't Visions? What was the one where they were on the fucking? They're like out on a racing platform or some shit like that. What was
Oh, you're talking the one, the Resistance one.
it? Yes.
Was it called?
Resistance. It
Resistance?
might have been called Resistance.
Yeah, it had that weird, unique, cell shaded
Yeah.
animation style.
Yeah. So
Yeah, what
what was that called?
help us chat, because we never actually covered that on the show.
We didn't because I tried to watch it and I just couldn't get into it.
Yeah,
Well-
Resistance.
That's just what it's called.
I guess so, according to Smirking Bear.
Well, he did have a question mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look, I'm into Lego, and it gave me context for the toys that was out, and it just was fun. It was just like, oh look, it's just fun.
Yeah.
I have to go into my bench stock and put together a servo.
Oh, okay.
Gonk droid though.
I would imagine he should be pretty easy.
Yeah, I mean the Gonk droids themselves are like the Lego Gonk droid is fairly easy to put together, like piecewise,
Mm-hmm.
but he has a unique color pattern that's a little bit harder.
Oh.
But yeah, not that like I spent a lot of time this weekend sorting Lego, so I'm intimately aware of what I have and don't have right now.
Now here's a thought. You know the mini vehicles that they released that you showed me you have a lot of,
Mhm.
like the mini Millennium Falcon. Could you take that same design and just do like black pieces and make a mini Dark Millennium Falcon?
Yes,
All right.
I absolutely could do that.
Yeah. Just thinking a few.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
That is a great idea.
I have some sometimes.
I will 100% do that.
Write a note.
I'm going to type a note because I'll actually make mini dark millennial aluminum Falcon.
The hell's an aluminum Falcon?
Who are they?
What do you mean they blew up the Death Star? Ah, fuck.
That thing's not even paid off yet.
All right. So yeah, that's the end of the episode.
I think we'll get the next two and be able to close it off. And
Yeah.
I think you'll enjoy the next two. If you
Alright.
enjoyed these two and you were pleasantly surprised, I think you'll enjoy the next two as well.
All right. So before we get into anything else, do you have reads for us?
I do.
All right.
I must have been leaning on the keyboard because there's a bunch of strange shit in the notes right now. He enjoyed 4RR. I'm not vocally prepared to do a voice this week.
All right.
So we're
Well-
just going to.
I was gonna say that's just fine because we have no new reviews.
So for ATSW Family Happenings on Wednesday, ATSW Escape Pod will be freeballing. In fact, freeballing is the new norm.
Oh, really?
Along with the latest in sports, video games, and movie time, join Don Della Snooch, Brady Big Lovin', and Dragon Buddy in the live chat 1905, 705 Eastern on YouTube.
So free balling for life.
Well, I'm free balling. Shit, I could sing their new theme song.
There you go, guys.
Free balling.
There you go. Luna Girl, snip that out. That's our demo.
Free balling. Now I'm free balling. Thursday, Alan and DB will be discussing the 2024 action horror Arcadian, starring Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage. I don't know why I wanted to slip into the Sean Connery there.
Yeah, I don't know where
I don't know.
where that came from.
Arcadian, starring Nicolas Cage. First, you need to view it on Hulu, then catch the review at Grave Reviews on YouTube at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursday. This is the biggest one of the week, honestly. We got Big Swede and his metal band Till the End is headed to Budapest for their first show this Friday on the 7th.
Shit. So if you're in Budapest this
Right.
Friday,
Like,
then-
so honestly, so like IVOG, if you're listening right now, like I know you're not in Budapest, but you're the closest out of any of us. So, good luck with a border crossing and try and go see Big Swede, and his metal band Till the End. Yesterday they released What I'm Bringing on Tour Rig Rundown.
okay.
So it's basically Swede. He went through his fancy Pelican case that he has for his guitars.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually pretty neat. It's not a Pelican case. There's some other brand name for it, but every time I see a hard case anymore, it's a Pelican case. It's like that's the default.
Sure. Yeah.
And then he has like one of his old Pelican cases
Mm-hmm.
that he has his other gear in. And he kind of walks through that. So really cool, especially if you're gearhead. Go give that a watch. It's only like 8 minutes. He goes through it quick, and yeah, he's going to be jet setting over to Europe to fucking go play a gig.
That's great.
Is it fucking crazy?
Yeah. That's
So-
so awesome.
The show's on the 7th, but he did also say in that video that he's going to be doing some. They're going to be taping some stuff for some music videos and things like that, so they'll still be around in that area.
Yeah.
So reach out to Big Swede, find Till the End on YouTube, and you can message him, and he'll tell you what's going on.
Yeah.
Ja, du hast.
Ventura Boulevard.
Oh, wait a minute. Layman's Terms released Free Ballin' Big Coconut Ballin' this past Friday. I missed that one.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty white and nerdy. Perfect for us Gen Xers. Check it out. Layman's Terms on YouTube.
Just because I'm white and nerdy.
White and nerdy. Orange and Fett Show released episode 136, Rocky 3, this past Friday. Find them on Apple and Spotify's. Round 2 of our Sidebar Fantasy Survival League has ended. Congratulations to undefeated. Wait, what? It's on the teleprompter, so I'm reading it. Round 2 of our Sidebar Survival Fantasy League has ended. Congratulations to the undefeated Wacky Picks Part 2, owned by Scott and Abused and Abused. LG did not forget about the 1999 mixtape on Spotify. She's just super busy adulting. She to get it finished. ! RE currently in 23. That could have very well been me leading on that. If it's on a teleprompter, I will read it.
Mm-hmm.
You can find us at the bio.link/the Sidebar Cantina, where you can find our links to Patreon, YouTube, our audio podcast on Apple, Audible, and Spotify, and all social media platforms, including X, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, TikTok, and Discord. Once you get to BioLink, simply click the symbols under our pick and go to your platform of choice. You can also find all of our past Spotify mixtape playlists. Also under BioLink is TeePublic merch shop. Choose from 7 designs and everything from t-shirts and hoodies to tote bags, phone cases, and
Sorry.
what was that?
Nothing.
What was that?
Don't worry about it.
Exclusive stickers and pins, wall art, magnets, notebooks, laptop cases, pillows, strange noises, just about anything you can imagine. Nothing says loving like a naked Jason chick on a pillow. Go to bio.link/the Sidebar Cantina and click merch. Already said no to reviews. Boo.
Yep.
Please write us a 5-star review on Apple or Audible. Don't have an Apple or Audible account. Our Facebook page review feature too. Just screenshot your review before you hit done and DM us a pic on Instagram or Twitter with your name and address so Luna Girl will send you a super cool ATSW family swag pack. This is your chance to tell us your thoughts on our show. Jason, Hennifer, Lopez, or Hank, or Edith, or Mama, or Trunk, Tom Brokaw or somebody fun will read you a review word for word on our next episode. Let us know, 3PO, who you want to read it. Finally, if you catch us on Spotify, help us out and click those stars. If you're listening to us on audio, please consider joining us in the live chat on Mondays. The chat is most definitely where it's at, which I was behind on the chat. I didn't have it open properly. I apologize. I looked up here a couple times and got way too distracted, and I needed to say, I don't even know how that got there. How did it get on the teleprompter? I don't know. Make sure if you're listening to us audio, please continue to get in the live chat on Mondays. Chat is most definitely where it's at. If you're new to Sidebar, please subscribe, ding that bell, select all to receive notifications when we go live. Remember to smash that like button. It really helps us out. And of course, and always, thank you to our Patreon supporters. You are the reason why we do this.
Yes, you are. Speaking of which, we've got a decent amount of funds to start buying some more equipment.
Yeah, you were supposed to buy new fucking headphones.
What do you mean I was supposed to? I don't even know what to buy. All right, I'll do some research. How about that?
I didn't know that I was supposed to do the research.
No, nobody really is supposed to do the research.
Oh,
until now.
I mean, if I had known, I would have, while I was sitting on the shitter, I would have done some research.
Well, if you do come across anything, let me know, but I'll also do some digging as well.
Fair enough. But yeah, that is it for my side of the hizzy.
All right. Well, we got a few extra minutes. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
It's almost baseball season.
You know, I was actually going to ask you about that. Do you have the same tickets thing going that you did last year?
I do.
Okay.
I do. So did I buy? I'm trying to think. So I have my Sunday season ticket package.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to see. So they had the Star Wars night again. I don't think I bought tickets for the Star Wars night. Doesn't mean you can't still buy it, but the bobblehead that they're giving out, I don't know. It doesn't excite me as much.
Okay.
I mean, Star Wars night is fun. There's a Jimmy Buffett night that was more exciting that I wanted to make sure I had tickets for, so I bought that.
Well, I was going to ask you if you got your season tickets, if I can buy in on a couple of those games.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Just because I enjoyed going the last time we did the Star Wars Day.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind sitting through a couple of games.
Yeah, trust me, like there's going to be games that Kathy's not going to want to go to that I will be more than happy to have you tag along with.
Okay, cool. So keep me in mind.
Absolutely. Yeah, with baseball season, which it's really weird. Like the Eagles going to the Super Bowl and winning has kind of like made baseball season kind of run up and punch me in the face. Because now it's like we're 8 games into spring training, and usually I'm like right there when pitchers and catchers starts. So I'm a little bit behind the power curve already. But that being said, we had this, like you alluded to it in the beginning of the show where you talked about the false summer.
Oh yeah.
Or the false spring.
Well, I call it the full spring.
Right. So I grabbed a meme off of Instagram the other day. It talked about like, the 12 seasons of Philadelphia.
Right.
And I think I sent it to you and a couple other people. But yeah, we were in that you are here, and it's like, here's the first full spring, like you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And then now we're in second winter or some shit like that. And then then it'll get warm again, and then we'll get one more winter, and then it'll fucking be spring.
Yeah.
And then it'll go to fucking hell's fucking doorstep, for summer.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it's been in the 20s the past. It was like, oh wow, it's 62 degrees.
Yeah, I think it got to 64 one day over the last week.
Yeah, and then it's been in the 20s the past couple days, and it's going to go up into the 50s. Then it's going to rain, and it'll be fucking boom. It'll drop down into the 30s again.
Yeah.
So when this happened last year, my father-in-law planted a bunch of like tomatoes and stuff, and it was it was too soon.
Yep.
And we kind of got burned with it. So yeah, we have. After we had, I talked about the tree, right? The tree in my front yard that tried to walk out of the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking tree beard style.
Yeah.
Well, that tree is gone.
Oh.
Yeah, they. I'll give a shout out to B&B Tree People.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the name of the company, but it's
The tree people.
close enough.
Yeah.
If you're in the area, B&B, they gave us a real good price, and we got an estimate. And when we turned around and said, yeah, that works, and they're like, okay, yeah, we'll be there this afternoon. And they fucking turned around and like had it done that afternoon. Like, actually, no, it was like that morning because Kathy hadn't even left for work yet.
Right.
And they again had the tree out, gone, stump, gone, fucking the whole shooting match.
Yeah, I was gonna say, all they had to do was just pull it out a little bit more, right?
Yeah, basically. Well, and I don't know. They probably see the whole thing with this tree. I could have done it.
Mm-hmm.
I could have taken it down, but it was just tall enough where if it didn't fall exactly right, it could have taken out the wires, like the wires going to the house.
Yeah, you don't want that.
And I didn't. There wasn't. It was just too. It was too close for comfort.
Right.
If I could have gotten up, like the tree was, the way I measured it, like I used the drone to get a good height on it.
Oh, really?
It was like somewhere between 45 and 48 feet tall.
Oh, damn.
Right. So, and then I measured the distance from like where it would fall to the wires and like what it'd have to do to make notch and like all this. I was working out all this shit, and like by the end of it, I'm like, this is dumb. I'm gonna have to pay somebody to come do the stump anyway.
Yeah.
So fuck it. And then it ended up like for what we paid to have somebody take out the stump the last time we did it. That's what it cost to do this.
Yeah.
This one tree. I mean, it was zip zip zip, and they were fucking done. So now I have to plant trees, because our town is they have an ordinance where basically you have to plant trees if you take trees out,
Oh, really?
which isn't necessarily a bad thing,
No.
but
Good for the environment, I guess.
it is good for the environment. But here's the thing. So I got into so Dave gets in an argument with this old lady. It sounds like the opening thing for a fucking It's Always Sunny.
Right.
Dave gets in an argument with old lady. It's very, very sweet woman. She does a lot for the community and everything else, but she's one of these like proponents for this thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you take down a tree, you have to plant trees, and they're going to plant trees in the town and all this other stuff, right?
Sure.
And I said, well, like what kind of trees?
Yeah. What constitutes as a replacement tree?
Well, my thing is, because we live in, all right, this is New Jersey, right? New Jersey it's like sand on top of clay, right? Because of like this is a runoff from the Appalachians. Like this entire state is basically a runoff until you get up into like, the oranges where you get like into the mountains again.
Mm.
Basically, the geology of this entire fucking area is just sand and clay. So
Okay.
growing a tree is going to either have some sort of like really shallow root system, or you're going to have like something that's the trees that are meant to be in around this area are meant to have like big root systems that stay relatively shallow but spread way out.
Yeah.
there's so many houses around here that the roots can't spread out as far as they need to. So they end up getting like truncated, or they don't go where they need to go, and then you see roots up above the surface.
Yeah.
And that's why, because they're not able to go down into the clay, and they're not designed to go deep into soil anyway, and they don't have any room to stretch out. So now you have these trees that are not you're not supposed to have this fucking 65-foot fucking tree in sandy soil. It's just not meant. That's why you have these trees fucking come down all the time. These blowdowns. It's nobody. I would love to fucking keep a bunch of trees on my property because shade is better, right? I'd rather have that shade on my house, that natural shade on my house. It fucking would save me money.
Sure.
At the end of the day. But if I'm going to have a tree, I want it to be the right fucking tree.
Right.
Like, I'm not just going to arbitrarily like, oh, here, you're going to plant these trees. I'm like, well, no, I'm going to plant the right tree.
Yeah.
That way I'm not dealing with a problem later because you just wanted me to plant a tree. Like, I don't care if you're giving me the tree for free. That doesn't solve the problem, right? That there's this whole thing with like, well, we want to plant these trees in this other place, but they won't let us. So now we're like kind of forcing it into the town. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
No. And who's they that won't let you?
It's dude, fucking, this is why I shouldn't have opened my mouth, but it was just one of those things where I was just like, well, what, as soon as I said it, like, well, what kind of trees? It's like, well, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, that's not the right kind of tree for my yard.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put that tree in my yard. And then it started this air quote argument. And I've done a modicum of research about it. So, I wanted to understand why are these maples, like, once they get to a certain height, why is that maple like coming out of the ground? Right. Why are, we have these big tall trees in this area. Like, why is that a problem? Whereas you can go to another area and you have these oaks and these tulip trees that like can get real tall and they're fine. Yeah. Well, it's different types of soil. They're in different areas, and it's a whole thing. Like, there's a reason. There's people that are experts that are that do this thing. Yeah. And I'm not an expert. I just don't want to have a fucking tree that's I'm gonna have to deal with if I'm still living there in fucking however many years. Yeah. Dealing with some tree that's coming on top of the house again, or giving me little whirly fucking things because we have another maple in the fucking yard. No, fuck you and your maple trees. Yeah. Anyway.
Huh. That's interesting.
But yeah, like here, you're. Yeah, I'm not even going to get into the fucking the geography of the, like, where we are, like where Cherry Hill is in relationship to like in between the Cooper River and like. So you have the Cooper River, and there's like an estuary, and like how the South Jersey Aquifer is like below us, right? Like the largest aquifer basically in the country is like directly underneath us, but you don't have to go that deep to get it. There's just a whole this is a whole thing, and it's tough because we live in the northeastern part of the United States. Like when you were in California, like the Rockies, that's all new. That's all new mountains. Oh. Yeah, the Rockies are new comparatively. Like the Appalachians are some of the oldest mountains on the planet. Like the original like terra firma that was on the planet, 3 billion years ago.
I did not realize that.
Yeah, that's the Appalachians. That's why when you look at the Appalachians, like you just have these rolling hills. But it has the strata, when you actually look at the rock itself, and it has so much layering and there's so much history. It's because it's been here forever. Like the glacial cuts and everything for the Appalachians, it's been here forever.
Damn.
So, whereas the Rockies, they're babies, for all, comparatively.
Yeah.
And it's ironic because it's on the same continental area, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have one part of the continent that was created very early, and then the other part got kind of shoved out of the ground late.
Yeah.
Huh. Anyway,
Fascinating.
yeah, it's an interesting part of the world that we sit on top of.
Yeah. Well, it's just interesting how all of it got there, and I don't know. I love watching those videos that are like the evolution of the Earth and how it came to be, and
Yeah,
from its just molten surface to what we have now.
dude, oh man, I need to get Vickers to post more of his pictures, but he's been, kind of to that end, not necessarily about the Earth, but just of things forming in the universe.
Mm-hmm.
The pictures he's been getting from his telescope of the Orion Nebula and stuff like that. And you just get looking at the gas clouds and just billions and billions of stars, and just you're looking back in time at a point where these things are forming the stuff of planets and galaxies.
Yeah.
And it's just every time I look at it, it's just bananas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been having a lot of existential thoughts about the whole origin of the universe and why the hell are we here, and are we the only intelligent life?
He took that one today.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's a damn good picture.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he just put I forget what filter he said he put on there, but yeah, that's the one that Vickers took of the sun today.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's one with just
That's the sun as well?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
That's an ND filter, a real high one. I have one of those filters. It's what we used for the eclipse.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see the sunspots.
Oh, damn.
What's really neat about when you're looking at the sun like this is you kind of scroll in and you're looking at the sunspot. It looks like Cancer. But you see the little it almost looks like it's pixelated
Uh-huh.
around there. It's actually not. That's actually the surface of the sun. It's swirly.
Yeah, yeah.
It's fascinating. He took this one today. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick up on it, but yeah, the shit's just fucking fascinating.
Yeah.
See if I'll show you one of the Cartman's anal probe. Nope, not that one.
God damn it, I didn't have an anal probe. Take your time.
He took one at M48 that I wanted to. There you go.
Oh, shit. Damn.
Isn't that awesome?
That is awesome.
Yeah. Vickers in his backyard is doing this shit.
Oh.
That does not give it justice at all.
No, it looks even better
Yeah.
in person.
But yeah, you look at that and you go fucking hell.
Yeah. We're just one tiny little speck in
Yeah.
all of that.
And what's really amazing is you look at that picture and there's another fucking spiral arm galaxy
Yep.
in the same picture.
That's not Andromeda, is it?
No, it's M48.
Oh.
It's fuck.
What?
I can't. You know the designator, dummy. Can't remember the name of it. No, I can't.
Yeah,
It's
it's
gone.
fine.
It's gone. But yeah, when springtime comes, we need to like have an outdoors excursion
Yeah.
into some dark sky and take some pictures, and then come back and we'll have a show about it.
Yeah, back out by Swede's family or something.
Yeah, go by the lake, and yeah. What is it called? Damn it, Dave. Fuck you. That's just gonna bother me. Anyway, close this out.
Yeah, that's pretty much it then. We're going to close it out here and just say a very big thank you to all of our viewers this evening and all of our audio listeners and everybody else out there, Patreon supporters especially. You guys are the best. And until next time, Dave and everybody else, may the force be with you. May the force be with you.
Okay, now what do I click? I was gonna have something else. I just
couldn't couldn't find it.
Nothing was happening.
Yeah. What did you do?
Where's the thingy of justice?
You can't find the hole.
You too good for your home?
I don't have good feelings for the Happy Gilmore sequel.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I haven't seen or heard anything about it detail-wise. I don't know. I don't know how you can make a sequel to that movie.
That falls in the realm of this. Not everything deserves a sequel.
Right.
Like, and that's one of them.
Yeah, if it's a good movie, just leave it alone.
Yeah, exactly. Dave, California is in the Sierra Nevada.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not really part of the Rockies, I don't think.
It doesn't. It's fair. That's a fair. It's a valid and fair point. However, those mountains are also young.
Yeah.
Comparatively.
That John Denver's full of shit, man.
But yes, details matter. Is it regular batteries or is it USB?
I don't know. It's balancing very nicely on that. But yeah, now I need to make a BB unit and have it be kind of fit the all black theme. So then I'll have an astromech, one of these guys, and a BB unit.
So if you did the BB unit, though, would you do it with the round head like BB-8, or would you do it with the kind of?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I'd probably go with the round head. Well, though, it depends. Because the First Order had those BB units that had sort of the...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe I'd have to go with something like that if they have it.
I don't know. I think the round ones are. I think you'd have to look at it. You'd have to
Oh yeah.
Get your hands on it, kind of get a real good feeling for it.
Yeah. So, here's something funny. Right after we left Disney, they made all kinds of announcements about the Star Wars area.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're going to start doing this nightly projection show onto like the big mountains, the mountains that are part of the Galaxy's Edge.
Okay.
And they're going to do like a light show and a projection thing, and they're going to do all this stuff. They're adding new things to the build your own lightsaber. So I don't know if it's just
Like
new.
what?
I don't know. They just said that they're going to be updating it and adding new options.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
It's so all of us that have already built lightsabers
Can go back and build another one.
can
because
go back and spend another $250
yeah,
or whatever it might cost.
yeah. I think that's pretty accurate. Is the 250?
There it goes.
All right. All right, we good?
We're good.
All right, guys, we're heading out. Good to see y'all. We'll be back next week with part 2 or the second half of Rebuild the Galaxy. And then we need to talk about the rest of the month.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, we do.
We'll do that without you guys. See ya.